Hi, I'm Glen James. I host a podcast called My Millennial Money, and I created this podcast about 3.5 years ago. And at the time, there was no other Australian personal finance podcasts producing Australian content by Aussies for Aussies. And it's been a great success. We get about 250,000 listens a month. And in our Facebook group, we've got about 35,000 people. I'm about to launch a book this October called Sort Your Money Out and Get Invested. I asked thousands of people in my group a couple of questions via a survey. Before I started writing, I asked them what books had they read in the personal finance space, but more importantly, I asked them what was missing in those books. So in this book, I've really filled the need of a broad part of the community when it comes to personal finance education. I first start in the book by covering what I like to call the sound financial house, how to build your money life from the ground up for the long term, what things to do in what order. That was developed when I was a financial advisor for 12 years, and that worked with hundreds and hundreds of clients to really set the scene in a practical way of how to get started with their money. Then listening to my listeners, I've covered topics such as ethical investing because there isn't many books out there that cover this topic at the moment. We cover a little bit about cryptocurrency and Bitcoin. I'm not really a huge fan of, throwing the whole house in this stuff. So I do cover it with caution, just for some information. Throughout this book, I've got a heap of testimonies from a diverse range of people. One of the comments that kept coming up was, there's too many books that are just tailored to a working class family, mum and dad and kids. So I've got testimonies in the book from immigrants. I've got testimonies from single young women, single young men. I've got testimonies from an Indigenous Australian who was the first one to purchase their house that they know of in their family. We've also got testimonies and case studies around same-sex couples and how they've tackled their money. I've covered money for singles. I've covered money for lower income earners. I've really packaged this together as a sound introduction to personal finance, how to get your money sorted, sort your money out, and then get invested. There is a huge part about investing. I don't just tell you where to invest, but I walk the reader down a garden path, educating them on the fundamentals of investing. We have a lot of fun. There's also a chapter in there about how to get rich, which it's a little bit clickbaity, but it's about mindset and becoming relatively wealthy. It's a lot of fun. I really hope you get behind this book, and I'm so excited to bring this book to you later in the year.